Okay, in this video, we're going to quickly look at some common mistakes when using the law of cosines and the law of sines. First off, we're told describe and correct the error in finding measurement of angle A in triangle ABC when side length A is 19, side length B is 21, and side length C is 11. I do always think it's a little bit helpful to quickly sketch a picture of what's going on. So there's going to be my 19. It doesn't have to be drawn perfectly to scale. Close to scale, I think, is good. There's 21, and I'm going to say that's my 11. So if I'm calling this side A, angle A, which is what we're tasked to find, is right there. So we're trying to find the degree measurements of angle A, which is opposite the 19. Meanwhile, the 11 and 12 come together at angle A. They are what we call adjacent. So I think something really easy to remember is if I have this side length opposite an angle, they're going to be on opposite sides of the equation if it's written in like the standard form of law of cosines equations. So down below there, if I'm filling in the information I know, 19 squared is right here. It's got to be opposite cosine of A degrees, which we don't know. Meanwhile, the adjacent stuff, the 21 or 11, either one, they are our B and our C. And I guess technically it's, they should be flip-flopped, but I'm still 11 squared plus 21 squared, 21 squared plus 11 squared. It's going to be the same thing on our calculators in a moment here. And then they repeat. So everything that is that is adjacent, which makes sense with cosine. Cosine is, if we were doing regular cosine ratio in a right triangle, it's using the adjacent side lengths. Meanwhile, the thing that is not adjacent is on the opposite side of the equation. So when we look up at the work here, ultimately, we're going to subtract the 11 squared and the 21 squared. They're doing that correctly here and here. And then we're going to divide by -2 times 11 times 21. Right there, it should be really obvious, is our mistake. They put a 19 there. The 19 is wrong. We should be using an 11. So I'm going to cross off this angle measurement. Obviously, if the denominator is smaller, we're going to have a smaller ratio, most likely, when we go to crunch this. So now it's calculator time. The top, 19 squared minus 21 squared minus 11 squared, that would not have changed. It comes out to -201. The denominator is what's going to change. -2 times 11 times 21 in our calculator is -462. So now to get, I got to cancel out cosine yet. So I got cosine A equals that stuff. I need to cancel out cosine. So the last thing I'm checking in my calculator, A degrees is going to be approximately cosine -1. And now I could leave those negatives. I should also understand negative divided by negative ends up being positive. So I need to type in cosine -1 of 201 divided by 462. And I get a smaller angle because the ratio got smaller. If I round it, I got 64.210. So rounding on that's real easy to the nearest hundredth, 64.21 degrees. Okay. Over here in number 2, law of sines. So law of sines works 55 degrees is opposite a side length of 6. We're supposed to describe and correct the error in finding the measurement of angle C. Angle C is over here. That is opposite a side length of 5. Right there is our mistake. The 5 should go with angle C, and the 6 side length of 6 should go with the angle that measures 55 degrees, angle A. So our calculation, the 5 and the 6 got to switch spots. So we'll cross multiply by the 5. It should have been in the numerator. We'll divide by the 6 in the denominator. We grab our calculator. We type in 5 times sine 55. We divide that by 6. So again, scratch out. We should have a different angle measurement because it's a different calculation. C degrees. I got to cancel out sine yet. Sine negative 1. And really, it's approximately. I'll clean that up a little bit fast. So sine negative 1 here. And I have about 0.683. So that number is, in my calculator, it's disgusting. It's 0.68262670. So I want to go grab that if I have TI Inspire, or hit the control negative key, the answer key on most other calculators. So I'm going to do sine negative 1 of the on-rounded number that is close to 0.683, but not exactly. And I got 43.049. We're going to practice some rounding here. If we go to the nearest hundredth, that 9 would make the 4 round up. So instead of 49 thousandths, would be closer to 5 hundredths, excuse me. 43.05. If we go to the nearest tenth, though, 0.049, that would be closer to 43.0, 43 and no tenths, as opposed to 43.1. So pay close attention whenever you're taking a test to rounding directions, if that's part of a test. Hopefully this helps.